SBR Forum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
We're previewing NFL Week 1 here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we are talking right now with Stephen O from AccuScore.com. Stephen is actually a co-founder of AccuScore, and he's an NFL handicapper. Steve, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
All right, you're going to talk about St. Louis and Detroit with us. Now, Detroit is a 7-point home favorite. The total's 46. Detroit, of course, has a huge passing game. Not much of a running game, but, that's not really a big deal with them. But they do have to have a little bit of running game to keep other defenses honest. I'm looking at this game. I'm thinking if I had to bet something on it, I might consider taking a Detroit over on their team total. You might get 27 or 27.5, and that might be a good bet. How do you see this game, Stephen?
I see it the same way. First of all, our AccuScore simulations, we simulate every game 10,000 times.
Right. And
we calculate the probability of a team covering the spread. And we have over 60% of our simulations Detroit winning by 8 or more. Mm-hmm. And then I also like when the simple math is in my favor. As you point out, at the current lines, it would project to a score of around Detroit 26, St. Louis 19. And I looked at very simple numbers, like last year, Detroit at home averaged over 30. Versus non-playoff teams, they average over 32. The Rams allowed 28 points a game to playoff teams. So the simple side of Detroit is that this is a team set to score over 30. And even though they have some injuries to, LaShore is suspended. He hasn't ever played a game for Detroit. And Javid Best is out. I mean, they had plenty of success offensively without Best for most of last year. I think Kevin Smith, even if his ankle was a little tweaked, is actually, when healthy, a better player than the other backs in the team. So I think they'll get plenty of run support. So again, our sims are with Detroit, and the public, we have a new real-time odds product that indicates 78% of bettors, not betting action necessarily,
right,
but bettors are on Detroit as well.
But those are public bets, so isn't that usually a sign that maybe you might want to go the other way?
Yeah, I was just about to say, we wouldn't exist if we always were with the common thought themes. But in this case, I think people are overthinking it. Everyone, there's a lot of stats out there about, week 1, things not going to form, and Jeff Fisher somehow reinvigorating St. Louis. And the Rams do have good young defensive line, and, they drafted Janoris Jenkins and other things. But, come on, this is still the Rams. And I also think offensively, people are overrating the Week 4. Rams had a good offensive performance in the preseason versus the Ravens. Right. I mean, that was a Week 4 game where the Ravens barely played anyone who's probably still on the team. And more importantly, even a few years ago when the Rams were playoff contenders in Bradford's rookie year and they're reasonably healthy, they still average around 18 points a game, which isn't very good.
Right.
So I think the line projection of 19 points for the Rams is right on. I just think that defensively, I don't see how they're going to stop Detroit. And me, as someone betting on Detroit, I hope they pass the ball 50 times. I don't care if they won it 5 times.
Right.
I think they're better off throwing it.
Right. Well, that makes sense to me. This might be one of those games where the sharps and the public are on the same side, and they both win and kill the books. Thanks, Steve.